PipSnipers here, back for another update. Let's take a look at Bitcoin over here. And what we have with Bitcoin is from 2021 we have a three-wave move down, a three-wave move up for our B wave. So we have our three-wave move down in our A, three-wave move up in our B, and then a five-wave move to the downside for our C wave, with our C wave perfectly bottoming out at the 1.786. Okay, you see how we perfectly came down to this 1.786 over here. Okay, this was our bottom for our C wave, and then we had a five-wave move to the upside to formulate a wave, 150 days of Wyckoff reaccumulation in the form of an ABC correction for our B wave. Now it looks like we're in the ending stages of our C wave. And in my videos I keep talking about a scenario in which we have what's called a blow-off top. Basically, that's when the markets go on a huge run, but the reason it's called blow-off top is because you're going to have that huge run in a very small period of time before we have a really bad crash. Okay, now blow-off tops are usually seen before recessions or turning points in the economy. And as most of you know, hopefully, Bitcoin and crypto follows the US stock market. So now, as you can see here, we are within a C wave here. This over here is your wave 1, your wave 2, your third, fourth, and it looks like we're having an extension of the fifth wave. Now within this fifth wave extension, we have a first wave extension. Okay, then you come down for a wave 2 in the form of a WXY correction. Okay, so this is a WXY correction over here. So this is W, X, and then Y. And it's crazy because look where this Y wave took us. Okay, let me see here. Look where this Y wave took us. Took us right down to the 1.236, which is a common target for an extension of the C wave or the Y wave. Okay, you see how we perfectly came down to the 1.236 there, and then if we take a fib from this low all the way up to this high, you guys can see that we have hit the 38.2% fib. You guys see that? So this WXY correction, in my opinion, is done. Okay, I have been saying for over 50 days now, so for almost a month, that this structure over here is not Wyckoff distribution, it's Wyckoff reaccumulation. This is a WXY correction, and we're currently finding resistance right off of the 70.2% fib. So as soon as you get above this 70.2% fib, and especially this 78.6% fib at 67,557 and 68,935, then it's likely will confirm that this over here is for sure a bottom. Okay, before we have a wave 3, 4, and wave 5 to the upside to finish up your C wave, likely around the $110,000 to $125,000 region, before we have a 5-wave move to the downside. Now this is one way of looking at Bitcoin's Elliott wave count. We can also take a look at it in this way. So if we take a look at this chart over here, instead of having an extension of your first wave of your fifth wave, it's actually that this over here is your third wave. We came down for a fourth, and now we're about to finish up our fifth and final wave of our C wave. So nothing has really changed in the grand scheme of things. It's just the waves are structured a little bit differently. You can see that we took out this buy side liquidity. You see how we swept this last high over here. Whenever you sweep your last all-time high, which is your buy side liquidity, you're going to see a creaking like action to the downside, likely to around the 38.2% fib from your last swing low up to your last swing high, before we continue the trend upwards. And the targets are still the same, as you can see, 110 to 125,000. And I want to show you guys something interesting. about what type of structure we have going on over here. Now, what you see, so okay, so this is April 2021, right? So this over here was the bottom, the top of your A wave. So you come down for an A, then you have a B wave, right? And then you have a 5-wave move to the downside for your C wave. Okay, so this over here is your A, this is your B, and then you have your C wave right here. And this is exactly what we did, okay? This is your buy side liquidity. We came all the way up here, okay, and swept this buy side. Whenever you sweep this buy side liquidity, it's very likely you're going to see a throwback. And if we measure the move from this swing low up to this swing high, we did come down to the 38.2% fib. Okay, which is very significant. Okay, came down to the 38.2, and now what it's likely we're going to see is a continuation of this trend. So this is what happens when you sweep buy and sell side liquidity. If it was reversed, it would look something like this. Okay, it would look something like this. So this over here would be your sell side, and I'm going to show you guys something here. So whenever you have a key level in the market, whether it's to the downside or to the upside, you're going to have a one of two things. Okay, the first thing would be is that you have a market structure shift and you continue the trend down, or what you have is a sweep of this high, right? A sweep, a throwback, and then a continuation. And this is exactly what we're seeing with Bitcoin right now. We're just, this over here, this whole structure here is Wyckoff reaccumulation. So nothing to worry about. Going forward, what we would want to see, let me see here. What we would want to see is a move above 68,935 and 67,557 to for sure confirm that this is a bottom. In my opinion, this is the bottom right over here. Because not only did we come down to the 38.2% fib measured from this low up to this high, but we also came down to the 1.236 when we use our trend-based fib. So it goes to show you that this Y wave is very extended. The fact that it did come down to the 1.236 shows you that it's extended. Moreover, when we take a look at Bitcoin USD chart over here, we do see that we have swept a huge psychological low. Right over here, this was your huge psychological low over here. We swept it, saw a very nice advance, a throwback towards the daily fair value gap, and then a continuation of this trend. So right now we do have bullish order flow. Okay, this is bullish order flow. So I do not recommend shorting this. I know I showed you my last video. It showed that we do have the possibility of coming down. However, you wouldn't want to be shorting when we can clearly see bullish order flow on the chart. We also see a break of the downtrend right over here. We see a break of the downtrend, and then when we take out the RSI on the weekly time frame, we do see hidden bullish divergence. Look at this. Higher low, lower low. That's hidden bullish divergence. So we have a lot of room to get up there and take out this high at 73,800. So let's go back to this chart over here. This 4 hours is looking really nice, and I just want to show you guys that after you sweep psychological low, this over here would be considered your major sign of weakness. So this is your manipulation. This is your reaccumulation. Okay, right over here, this is your reaccumulation. This is your manipulation, and now what we're going to see is a jump across the creek for our expansion. So this is the power of three. We have a reaccumulation, manipulation here, and now we have expansion. Okay, so Yeah, definitely it wouldn't be shorting this, and the reason for that is because we have bullish order flow and because nothing on the chart is showing that we are bearish, right? We also have an inverted head and shoulders here. This is your neckline, and then what you have here is your left shoulder, okay? This is your head, and then this is your right shoulder right here. Moreover, we have a TD9 buy count on the daily time frame. Okay, so this is your, let me see here, let me try to find, okay, so this is your TD9 buy count. So you have your 1, 2, 3, and that was your TD9 buy. I posted this on Twitter, and I said that this over here, on the exact day, this was your TD9 buy count. But it's likely we would see continuation after filling this daily fair value gap. And what are we seeing right now? We're seeing continuation here. I also wanted to bring it to your attention that whenever you see a bullish engulfing, okay, this is a bullish engulfing right over here, and then you see a doji right after, right over here, it's likely you're going to see more continuation. So you have a bullish engulfing, and then you have a little doji, which would be a pause in the price. After you see that, you would enter in with a stop loss under the wick for the anticipation of continuation. So this would be a doji continuation. And usually we see that all throughout the trend with Bitcoin. Whenever you have a really nice strong candle, you're going to see a little pause in the price, for example over here, and then you see continuation. Yeah, so what we would want to see here is a move above the 702 and the 78.6% fib. As soon as you get above these two levels over here, then we can for sure confirm this is your bottom. And lastly, we do see the price maintaining its structure above the 100-day moving average. And remember what I said, as long as the price is above the 100-day moving average, bulls are in control. Okay, you see how we swept it over here? We swept this psychological low, and we managed to get back above it and then hold support above it. So that's very bullish. Hope you guys enjoyed the Bitcoin video. If you guys want to stay updated on this analysis and the wave counts, please click the link in the description below. You get access to over 350 assets. You guys can ask me any question you want, and you also get access to a community. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.